Welcome back, dreamers and doers, to Launchpad. I'm Jamal, and with me, as always, is the brilliant Monica.
Thanks, Jamal. It's great to be here. Today, we're diving deep into something a lot of our listeners have been asking about the nitty gritty of actually starting a business. Not just the idea, but the how to.
Exactly, because let's be real, that initial excitement can quickly turn into overwhelm when you start looking at all the forms, the legal stuff, the what ifs. Where do you even begin?
You know, the very first step, even before you think about registering anything, is actually defining your business. What problem are you solving? Who is your customer? Having that clarity is crucial because it informs every single decision you make next.
That's so true. I mean, I've seen so many people jump into the legal stuff without really knowing their core offering, and then they have to backtrack. So let's say someone has that clarity, they know what they want to do. What's the next practical step on paper?
Okay, so once you have that solid concept, the very next thing you need to think about is your business structure. Are you going to be a sole proprietorship, an LLC, a corporation? This is a huge decision because it impacts your liability, your taxes, how you can raise money, everything.
And it's one of those things that can sound super intimidating, right? Like, oh my gosh, I need to know about legal structures, but it's essential. Can you give us a quick rundown of the main differences?
Absolutely. Simplest form is a sole proprietorship. It's just you, easy to set up, minimal paperwork. But you and your business are legally the same entity. So if your business gets sued, your personal assets are at risk.
That's a big downside for many, I imagine, especially if you're dealing with anything that could potentially go wrong.
Exactly. Then you have a partnership, which is similar to a sole proprietorship, but with two or more people. Again, often personal liability unless you structure it as an LLC partnership. Which brings us to the LLC, Limited Liability Company.
Ah, the ever popular LLC. Seems like everyone's going for an LLC these days.
And for good reason. An LLC offers personal liability protection, it separates your personal assets from your business debts and liabilities. Plus, it has flexible tax options. It's often seen as a good middle ground for small to medium sized businesses.
So it gives you that peace of mind without the extreme complexity of, say, a corporation.
Precisely. And then, for those looking to scale big, attract investors, or go public, you have corporations, C Corp or S Corp. They offer the strongest liability protection, but they come with more complex regulations, reporting requirements, and double taxation for C Corps.
Okay, so choosing that structure is really foundational. Once you've got that sorted, what's next on the legal administrative checklist?
Registering your business name, which usually happens with your Secretary of State or a similar state agency. You'll want to do a name availability search first to make sure your desired name isn't already taken. Then, depending on your type of business and where you operate, you might need specific licenses and permits.
Ah, licenses and permits. That can vary wildly, right? From state to state, city to city, and even industry to industry.
Oh, absolutely. A restaurant will need health permits, a contractor needs specific trade licenses, a home based online retailer might just need a basic business license. It's crucial to check with your local city and county government websites and also your state's business licensing portal.
That sounds like a lot of digging, but super important to avoid fines down the road. All right, so we've got our structure, registered our name, checked for licenses. Now, there's another crucial piece of identification that every business needs, especially if you're planning on hiring employees or operating as anything more than a solo show, the EIN.
The Employer Identification Number, or EIN, it's essentially your business's social security number. The IRS uses it to identify your business for tax purposes. If you plan to hire employees, operate as a corporation or partnership, or even if you're a sole proprietor who needs to file excise taxes or an estate, you'll need one.
And even if you don't strictly need one as a sole proprietor, many banks require it to open a business bank account, right?
Spot on, Jamal. Having a separate business bank account is highly recommended, regardless of your structure, to keep your personal and business finances distinct. It simplifies accounting and provides that crucial separation for legal and tax purposes. And yes, for that, you'll almost certainly need an EIN.
So, how do you get one? Is it a long, complicated process?
Not at all. It's actually quite straightforward, and best of all, it's free. The easiest way is to apply online directly through the IRS website. You just search for Apply for EIN on irs.gov. You'll answer a few questions about your business, and typically you get your EIN immediately.
Immediately. That's amazing. I remember thinking it would be weeks of waiting.
Yep, as long as you apply during their operating hours, which are usually weekdays from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also apply by fax or mail, but online is definitely the fastest and most common method. Just make sure you're on the official IRS site, not some third-party service trying to charge you for something that's free.
Great warning, there are always those services trying to capitalize on people who are just starting out and might not know better. So, official IRS website, direct application, immediately received. That's a relief for many, I'm sure. Okay, so we've got the foundational stuff down: clarity on the business, legal structure, registration, licenses, and EIN.
Now the fun part, or at least, the part that brings in the customers. Marketing.
Yeah, because you can have the best business idea, the most solid legal structure, all your ducks in a row administratively, but if no one knows you exist, you're not going anywhere. Where does one even start with marketing for a brand new business?
First, you go back to that initial clarity we talked about. Who is your ideal customer? Marketing isn't just shouting into the void, it's about speaking directly to the people who need what you offer. Understand their pain points, where they hang out online, what motivates them, what language they use.
So it's not everyone, right? The mistake I see a lot of people make is trying to market to everyone.
Exactly. Everyone is no one. The more specific you can get with your target audience, the more effective and cost-efficient your marketing efforts will be. Create a customer avatar, give them a name, a job, hobbies, dreams, frustrations. That makes it real.
That's such a powerful exercise. Once you know who you're talking to, then you can decide how to talk to them and where to find them. What are some of the initial marketing tactics new businesses should consider?
Alright, so once you know your target, the very first thing almost every business needs today is an online presence, and I'm not just talking about social media. Start with a simple professional website, even if it's just one page with your contact info, services, and a strong call to action. It legitimizes your business and acts as your digital storefront.
I agree. It's like having a physical address in the old days. People expect to be able to look you up online. What about social media? Should a new business be on every single platform?
No, absolutely not. That's another common mistake. Go back to your customer avatar. Where do they spend their time? If your target audience is Gen Z, TikTok and Instagram might be key. If it's B2B professionals, LinkedIn is probably more important. Start with one or two platforms where your audience is most active and focus on creating engaging content there.
That's a smart strategy. Don't spread yourself too thin, especially when you're just starting out and resources are limited. What kind of content are we talking about?
Content that provides value. Don't just hard sell, educate, entertain, inspire. Share tips related to your industry, show behind the scenes glimpses of your process, answer common questions, tell stories. People connect with authenticity, not just advertisements.
Authenticity is such a buzzword, but it's so true. People can smell a sales pitch a mile away now. What about local businesses? Are there specific marketing tips for them?
Definitely. For local businesses, Google My Business is non-negotiable. It's free, and it helps you show up in local search results and on Google Maps. Encourage customers to leave reviews there. Also, consider local partnerships. Sponsoring community events and word-of-mouth referrals are golden for local businesses.
Word of mouth is still so powerful, isn't it? Even in our digital age, people trust recommendations from friends and family above all else.
It truly is, so provide an exceptional product or service and actively ask for reviews and referrals. Maybe offer a small incentive for referrals. Beyond that, start thinking about your brand, your logo, your colors, your voice, your messaging. Consistency here builds recognition and trust.
Building a brand is a marathon, not a sprint, and consistency is the key there. People need to see you, hear you, interact with you in a similar way across all touch points.
Exactly, and don't be afraid to experiment. Marketing isn't a one size fits all. Try different content formats, different platforms, different messages. Track what works and what doesn't. Google Analytics for your website, social media insights for your platforms. Data is your friend here.
That's a great point. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things for your business and your audience, and then optimizing. So, to recap for our listeners, we've walked through setting up your business from concept to legal structure, getting that essential EIN, and then kickstarting your marketing efforts by understanding your audience and building a targeted online presence.
It might seem like a lot, but break it down into manageable steps. Don't try to do it all at once. Tackle one thing at a time and don't hesitate to seek professional advice when needed, whether it's from an accountant or a lawyer, especially for those initial legal and financial structures.
Absolutely. Investing in good advice up front can save you a lot of headaches and money down the road. Monica, this has been incredibly insightful. I feel like our listeners now have a much clearer roadmap for launching their ventures.
I hope so, Jamal. It's a journey, and every big journey starts with that first, well planned step.
And with that, we're wrapping up another episode of Launchpad. Remember, your entrepreneurial dream is closer than you think. Just start building, one step at a time. We'll catch you next time.